This would be such a bad idea.
These weren't the final.
Okay, yeah,
These weren't the
I think
final
this would be
drafts.
so
These are
bad.
this is my notes.
Yeah, you may get hurt.
I know, but I was like, dude, if somebody throws a beer bottle at me, then it is kind of a funny, tragic tale of a comic who puts himself in a really tough situation to go viral, and then the worst thing happens. He loses all his friends.
Yeah.
He gets beat up.
Yeah.
He doesn't go viral.
It's tough.
It's the worst case
People in New
scenario.
York just are like, hey, kind of fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I just
want you to
know who I am.
Welcome to Overshadowed, everybody, the only podcast about the siblings and spouses of people who change the world. But tonight, and it is night, we're just talking about us. We're hanging out on the couch, Astoria, Queens. Heather's not home. We've been smoking in the house and petting the cat.
It's been pretty cool.
It's been pretty fun.
I only vacuum once. The apartment's still clean. I pride myself on still being a clean boy when the ball and chain's in Iowa fighting tornadoes.
Is that what she's doing? Single-handedly with a lasso?
Yeah, it's been tough.
If you actually whip it in the opposite direction, it just bleeds out.
Yeah, goes away. It's like hitting a shark in the nose.
Yep.
It puts everything back in its place.
Yeah, the tip of the tornado tucks under it like it's scared.
Yeah.
And it spins away. Can I tell you about a karaoke thing that happened to me when I was in Cleveland?
Sure.
Got me thinking of it because we were singing. This was the funniest karaoke thing I've ever seen, and it completely killed the vibe. Do you know that 9/11 country song of like, where were you when the towers fell?
No, but I could imagine it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And basically, it's like 6 minutes, it felt. Maybe it was really 4, but it felt like 6.
Yeah, karaoke has a way of slowing time down.
And right before, it was like... This was a Tuesday. It's like 11 p.m., probably midnight actually. And there's a bunch of like hot black regulars just throwing it down, booty dropping,
On a song?
twerking, dancing, having fun. Right. It's like a party. He's next, and he comes in with "Where Were You When the World Stopped
That's so
Turning"
funny.
by Alan Jackson.
So beforehand it was like what?
Or was
like
it? No. It might have been "Have You Forgotten" by Daryl. Wow, there's actually a lot of
sure there's a
9/11
big market
country
out
songs.
there.
Yeah.
The country music industry jumped on 9/11.
September was a big year, or big month. Jesus Christ.
Big year this September.
was a big year that month. Top 10 songs about 9/11.
What are the top 11?
How
come that's not a category? That's what the category should be for that.
Top 11.
Top 9 songs, top 11
well,
songs.
It is top. It's the top 10 songs about 9 so it's right in between.
It's the new 789.
Yeah. This is how the article starts. An event as emotional as the terrorist attacks of 9/11 was bound to inspire a lot of music.
Awesome.
There were several songs released in the weeks before the event that found new meaning on that September day. Wow. I got a plan.
Yeah.
Soon everyone will know my name.
That's hilarious.
I got to read you these lyrics. Oh, man. They took all the footage off my TV, said it's too disturbing for you and me. It'll just breed anger. That's what the experts say. If it was up to me, I'd show it every day.
Of the planes hitting the tower?
I guess.
I'd show it every day.
Have you forgotten? I can't remember if it was Where Were You or Have You Forgotten, but it was excruciating. Like, it was fun at first, just as a bit, hilarious. But then you have to do, like, the whole song.
Yeah, that's what I do. I would choose Kiss from a Rose in karaoke, and at first it's like...
It's a good song, though.
Well, people are like, oh, yeah, it's a fun song. Everybody remember, but then it's a 4-minute song.
And you're
like,
dying
oh,
up there.
no.
You're really struggling.
Really bad.
It's a hard song.
Yeah, it's a hard song. It's not for I did it a couple
There's
times.
a key change.
Yeah. I did so bad the first time because it was just for fun. You ever bomb karaoke, you go home and practice so you don't bomb next time it happens? Karaoke is also like parallel parking and dancing for me, where I'm like, oh no, I tried to avoid all of these situations.
I wish I was alone.
Yeah.
I should be alone doing this. Yeah, I would feel that, honestly. This is so embarrassing, but playing Guitar Hero at other people's houses, because I was really, really good at Guitar Hero. Like, some people would make fun of me. I was so good, you know. Like,
Yeah.
Get a Life, all that shit.
Yeah.
And I could do it perfectly in my
Dragon Force
basement.
on Expert?
Yeah, I got 4 stars on that stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But I would do it at a friend's basement with people watching. I would I wouldn't do as well. I wouldn't have as high note streaks and stuff. And then I'd make the annoying. It's kind of like when you go soft. You're like, I usually get those. Like, this never happens. Fuck. I got to recalibrate the TV.
Some girls watching you like, you know what? Never mind.
Yeah.
The only time, this is when I play Guitar Hero, I'd go to my buddy's house. He had the big jug of Twizzlers, Red Vines.
Yeah.
So we'd go to, and we would play Guitar Hero and Rock Band. We'd eat like as much as we could to make each other fart. and then we would play Guitar Hero in between each fart, and then you would wait until you got one, and then you would light it on fire. So Guitar Hero always brings me back to lighting farts on fire.
That's fun that you play Guitar Hero to wait for farts to brew.
Got one. Hold on. And my buddy would always
Star power.
He would
I'm gonna die.
Yeah. My buddy would purposely get too close and cinch your butthole.
Singe the butthole.
Yeah,
Yikes.
that's tough.
Ooh, scorched earth.
That's really. That's a violation of the best friend clause.
That's no good.
You trust somebody so much, you show them your asshole, and then they burn it.
Would
Yeah.
you wait?
You really
Bare
burn my
asshole?
Not bear.
Okay.
More cub. But I
Still.
yeah, it was tough. No, but boxers. But yeah, that would be crazy to show your real asshole to your
Well, I was
friend.
picturing you showing your real asshole to your friend. I was like, wait, that didn't happen, right? Because my next question was, did you make sure you had to clean your asshole? And I'm like, wait, I can't go down this line. I don't think he showed his asshole. It was. But if you were showing your asshole, I would make sure to clean it before, we had a little guitar fart session.
Yeah.
I'm fart hero.
I don't know. I think a couple of
Fart hero.
Gafart hero's good. Gafart to fish.
Fart hero
You're
2.
I think a 14-year-old boy probably wouldn't clean his asshole. Oh, and then never mind. Picture you burning it, and then it just smells even worse.
Oh, yeah. Like a poop got in a car accident.
No, I wasn't wearing a seatbelt. Went everywhere.
Smashed right on the dash.
So that was my level of Guitar Hero. So I could do like half a song. If someone ever does it, I think
karaoke.
instinctually, like if they ever bring it back as like a fun nostalgic house party, I'll get halfway through a song before I instinctually I'm like me, and then everybody's like, "What are you doing?" My ass is in the air. I'm holding my ankles. Oh, sorry, muscle memory.
At the break.
Yeah.
I can't believe Twizzlers helped you fart.
Yeah, we just eat a lot of Twizzlers. They definitely, it's like swallowing a bunch.
Is that
well? I mean,
known?
you're trying to light a fart on fire. What helps start a fire? A wick. A Twizzler looks like a wick. Eat a bunch of wicks, you're about to have
so
a
you're going
burn.
on cartoon bomb logic.
Yeah,
I was thinking like sweet potato, broccoli, beans.
No, we're kids.
Well,
we're gonna
okay.
preheat the oven and bake a bunch of sweet potatoes.
Put it in the microwave, maybe.
Whoa!
If you're not that
For
picky.
what, 9 hours?
No, like 9 minutes.
To bake of it, 9 minutes.
For a sweet potato, yeah. I don't. They're much better in the oven, obviously.
I don't know, but it was we farted a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm telling you go home, you eat like 20 Twizzlers, you'll be surprised. You can crank out a lot. You're really loading the clip.
I don't think I'd be surprised after eating 20 Twizzlers if anything weird happened to my body.
No, weird. Just they give you
Not weird, dude. It's just it's a
ton-
natural thing.
It's a ton of farts.
It's your butt sighing. Leave it alone. People ever sigh shame you? People sigh shame me
All the
sometimes.
time. You sigh a lot.
What's wrong, dude?
Well, I guess my body just knows what's going on. It's tough out there.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm awake.
Well, sometimes I realize I haven't actually taken a deep, real breath in like 2 hours.
Yeah, people
and
think
I'm on edge.
Yeah.
And I need oxygen.
I've been holding my breath.
And again, I wish I was alone. I wish I was singing, dancing, and breathing alone.
I know. I hate this.
Yeah, this stinks. If I was just me in here, I'd be making great points about Israel.
Yeah, you'd be playing a lot of Wayward Son.
Yep.
Guitar Hero.
Yeah. Homeland Hero. I did see in a mic I did in Cleveland a neon Toby Keith Bud Light sign. I was like, do you think he knows that exists?
A neon
A neon Bud Light sign, but like Toby Keith was like the guardian angel of Bud Light.
That's hilarious.
You know what I mean? Like Mother Mary cradling Jesus,
That's
but
awesome.
it was Toby Keith holding a Bud Light. And I'm like, I bet he doesn't know that exists. And if he did, he wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
He would be like, I don't stand for that.
Yeah, I don't cradle Bud Light like that.
No.
They're trans.
Right.
Um,
Yes. That's right.
that's what Toby Keith would say.
That's what Toby Keith would say. Red Solo Cup, get the hell out of my butt. A man's a man. A woman's a woman.
There's only two things I ever see. A man or a woman.
A man and a woman.
In front of God.
A man and a woman in front of God.
I don't know what Toby Keith looks like.
Is
it the Australian guy?
No, that's Keith Urban. It'd be
Okay.
really funny though if he was so patriotic. Well, I sang some Red Hot Chili Pepper song that was actually like, I kind of bombed.
What song was
Didn't
it?
have a good
Hey-O?
time. No, it was like Around the World or something. not by Daft Punk. Should have done that.
That would have been great.
World around the world. I'm staring at the TV like I don't know the lyrics. Around the world.
You do a poor version of Around the World.
98.
Why does he not get the lyrics? It's the same. It's the same thing.
Yeah, so I kind of ate shit up there. I didn't feel very good. After, doesn't it suck when you bomb karaoke
it's
and
the
then
worst.
you're in the car,
You're
back in the
trapped in
locker
it.
room. You're like, what was that? What was that?
You put the rearview mirror on your face. Who are you?
Yeah,
You're good in the shower.
you're right. You are good. You're good everywhere, but tonight you stunk. You stunk tonight.
Nobody knows how much you practice at home.
Nope. Yeah. Do you ever go home and intentionally try to learn the words to a song so you could sing along to it better?
Sometimes.
I did that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I think like Eminem songs.
Yeah.
Or 50,
really?
50 Cent.
Yeah. I remember I did that
Because I
with,
wanted to know what he was saying. I was singing along and I was tired of being like, P-I-M-P.
I think the first time I ever did that was If I Was Green, I Would Die. I think that's the first time you look up lyrics to.
Yeah, that's pretty.
What are they
pretty
saying?
lateral move to.
Because as a kid, you're always like,
around the
Abu
world.
Dee Dabu Die. And then some kid's like, there's no chance.
Yeah.
They're saying that. And you're like,
It's a Middle East geography test?
yeah, no, I can hear it.
Abu Dhabi,
Yeah.
Qatar, Yemen, Saudi Arabia.
And then there's you and I.
If I'm green. If I were a Jew, I would die.
There we go.
That was what I was gonna do.
Palestine. If I were a Jew, I would
I'm
die.
Palestine. If I were a Jew, I would die.
And I will close my eyes. You, speaking of Jew, you're dating one. You're going to become one.
Maybe.
That's cool.
Yeah. I keep giving
Maybe.
myself minor circumcisions.
Oh, okay.
Test
You're
myself.
not sized yet.
No. Hopefully by the end of the year, I'll.
So you're kind of like
I'm taking it one. Like some people sip their shots.
Oh, I was thinking more
Doing
about
it in increments.
you started the orange.
Right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right, can't wait to see if it's a good cutie.
Yeah, we'll see. Fingers crossed. It's a girl.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a gender reveal for my dick.
That'd be funny.
On the pod.
It's a pussy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh wow. You said,
Huh.
this girl
That's what's at the...
is chosen.
I had
Yep,
a-
dating a Jew. We're having.
I had a buddy that went crazy.
problems.
That went like mentally ill.
Yeah.
And one of the things he was saying before he realized he went crazy, he was having a manic episode, and he was talking to me about he was going to fly to Europe and get his foreskin back.
You told me about that.
Yeah. He said there was a doctor that'll do it.
Did he still have it like in a jar next to his bed?
No.
So,
I was
what do you
like,
mean back?
He said there was a doctor in London who was doing it.
Huh.
So maybe after if the rabbi doesn't eat it,
They send
they
it to
send
him.
it to him.
They send it to him.
Yeah, for all return purposes.
Mm-hmm.
That guy would say things like the Flintstone dinosaurs, like cut to him in a scene, putting a foreskin back in. He looks up at the camera like, it's a living. The Flintstones dinosaurs would do that.
No.
Because all the
You're
Flintstone,
so old.
the Flintstones appliances, that were all dinosaurs.
Uh-huh.
You remember that?
I do.
So there'd be scenes where she's doing the dishes by cranking a dinosaur's tail and just throwing up water to act as a sink, and then it looks at the camera and goes, "It's a living."
Ah, okay. That is funny. That's a funny
Yeah.
gag. No, that was lost on me. I really never watched the Flintstones for some reason.
Oh, I have a tattoo.
It's Fred sliding down your dick.
No, it's a hentai Wilma.
Oh, nice.
And then I have Lois Griffin. That would be a really funny tattoo to see on somebody. You could not be like, nice, if somebody got the
Hot Lois Griffin
from the porn sites.
Yeah.
Showing the tits.
Yeah, pin up Lois.
I haven't
definitely
seen that.
out there.
I might I hope not, because I want to get it.
It's got to be out there on the guy who's totally covered. So it's like a Where's Lois Waldo situation. What was I saying before this? We were talking
You're
about
a
something
Jew.
else. No, not quite. Not yet.
You're picking up a Jew. Hold on. Let me make sure my cat didn't jump out the window.
All right. Okay. So I'm doing this show at Columbia.
Uh-huh.
And I learned about this. I got asked to do this when I was in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. So Columbia's getting all hot and heavy. I get asked to do. I did a show last year with them, with some student group, and then I'm doing a show this year with them that's like a UN humanitarian fund for Gaza. Like all the proceeds are going to that, right? And it's a caveat, so it's not at the campus. But it's this Columbia show, and initially when we talked about it, there was a lot of disagreement happening.
Yeah.
Of should I do it? Should I not do it?
Yeah.
You can guess who was on which side of those arguments. And then she was like, okay, I think I'd be okay with you doing it if you kind of, roasted them a little bit for just being all kooky and crazy and Jew-hatey. And I mean, some of the stuff was crazy of like people holding up signs that's like Hamas's next targets pointing to like a Jewish counter protest. It's all bad. So that was like kind of the mentality that I'm trying to go into it with. It's like, okay, well, this would be potentially could be good for my career, you know, if I do some kind of incendiary set trashing some of the conduct of some people. But yeah, as I go through it and like I'm like, oh, this could just be very bad. This could just be a bad set, a bad time.
Yeah.
Also with the police coming in and beating people up and hauling people out and shit. People are very sympathetic. So it's tough.
It's tough.
It's tough. Well, it's tough to be on either side of this issue. And you can probably hear it in my voice even trying to talk about it to people who are already entrenched in one way of thinking. And then whatever you say, they're filtering it through their lenses and shit. And they, you know. So
it's like, it'd be different if it was like the White House correspondence, but like, yeah, you're up against like a side. You're going into like territory.
Well, it's whatever side you're on is so immediately like reduced to this horrible thing. Like if you're sympathetic to Israel, then you are strangely this new type of Jewish Nazi. Which who saw that coming?
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean? It's like it's kind of it's almost like they're kind of like what black people did with the N-word. They're reappropriate. They're like, no, this is ours.
Yeah, we get
this
to
is
use
how
it.
we do it.
Yeah,
this is
this is our take.
taking the power back.
Yeah.
Battery exhausted. Oh, I'll change the battery in this. But yours is still running.
Yeah, I think it's a different.
You think it's a bad
idea?
idea?
When you told me it, I think it's a bad idea, but I also don't care if you do it or not.
Well, obviously, but I just want to hear what you really think about it.
Yeah, when you told me, I was like, it's a wrong choice.
Why? Say more.
I just think it's too sensitive. Like it's just like
wrong, and then it won't go well.
Nimesh Patel, I think, was doing his set.
Yeah.
But this, I think, ultimately the audience. Yeah, it's a scenario where I don't think. Yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think it would be it's a wrong scenario.
All right, I'm not doing it. Can I tell you some of the jokes that I have planned?
Sure.
For the set here, this is my opening joke. I go here, give it up, everybody, for the humanitarian fund. You know, raising funds to provide aid to Gaza. That's great. What do you guys think the over-under is that all the money we raised tonight is seized by Hamas immediately? What are you guys? Kidding. Obviously, this is a Columbia event. You'll probably just send it to them directly. Oh, I sense some tension. Don't worry. I will be setting myself on fire at the end of my set. So just to prove I'm down with the cause. I mean, these aren't.
I think this would be such a bad idea.
These weren't the final.
Okay, yeah,
these weren't the final drafts.
So
this is my notes.
A caveat.
This is my notes. Lower East Side. I know. Just women with no bras frowning.
You would get
half their head shaved.
Yeah, you may get hurt.
Crying. I know, but I was like, dude, if somebody throws a beer bottle at me, then it is kind of a funny, tragic tale of a comic who puts himself in a different, really tough situation to go viral, and then the worst thing happens. He loses all his friends. He gets beat up. He doesn't go viral.
It's tough.
It's the worst case
People
scenario.
in New York just are like, hey, kind of fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Because like the scenarios that you're pulling, which obviously you're aware of, is like, Ariel Elias got a beer thrown at her during her regular set. This is like...
I know. Oh, but I don't know if she posted the whole set. Did she post the whole set?
I think it was
just the clip. She very well could have been defending Israel. I do. Well, talking this through with you has been helpful to see, because I've just been worried. I really have. I've been like listening to podcasts about the conflict from both like liberal and conservative media at like 1.8 speed on the train of just like downloading genocide and horror into my brain. It's been tough. One guy was interesting. He was like, this will end when a superpower like the U.S. and it always has. So many wars have been fought. This guy was so old. He remembers like the 60s or the 50s. And he was like, every time Israel has tried to push forward and like do that next thing, go after Hezbollah, spark a true regional conflict, superpower has stopped them. Has been like, oh, no, we're going to pull your aid if you do that. And so that he's like, this will all end when the U.S. puts the red light on. And Biden went over there mainly to stop them from going after Hezbollah. Because right after October 7th, Israel's like, oh, we got global sympathy. We could like, just take out, they're the big bad guys. So that's why Biden evidently went over there to like, hey, the yellow light's on now. You know what I mean? Like, man, you guys are...
What a yellow light we give them.
Huh? I know. It's a
quite
long
the yellow
one.
Light.
It's a long one. You can speed. You should speed. You should go as fast as you can. Close your eyes.
It's pretty green to me.
Doesn't matter what you hit.
Whoa.
I do have a question, though, about the people on the quads. I think
I haven't seen too much of it.
you can't.
I've tapped out.
Sure. This is just kind of a silly question. People camped out on the quad of Colombia to, whatever, solidarity. And they went and bought tents. I don't think that you're truly in solidarity with Gaza if you go to shit in an academic building. If you go into a building to shit, I think you need to be like digging a hole.
Yeah, okay.
Right? In the quad and really
see what it's like.
walking the walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's, fair. Why not, right? Shit in solidarity.
Right.
With the strip.
Yeah.
Shitting on the strip.
Shit with the strip.
Yeah.
I shit with the strip.
Yeah.
And then you pull up your pants. See? Check out this West Bank.
It's like all my gooch.
Yep.
All right. Well, that was a good, fun pod story.
Yes, I appreciate you talking with me about it. And I'm happy I got to fire off some of the jokes at least.
No, I mean, you should. It would be
good.
hilarious to do it.
I know, but you're so right. Yeah. It's never going to work. It's never going to work.
I'm glad I'm not living your life, baby.
It is kind of funny. It is just stepping back for a minute to have your one like political issue in your relationship is the most unsolvable, violent, charged identity crisis. All of these things are in this one issue.
Yeah, it's tough. Hey, at least you got a
It's
basement.
like the big thing. We got a sweet basement.
Yeah.
And a dog and a cat.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay.
It's pretty good.
It's not bad. Let's get off of this. Tell me, your work sucks. You hate it. You got
I know.
a cat.
I got a new job.
Everybody sucks.
I got a new job. Trevor Wallace's masterclass, so I'm on my way up.
Your new job is watching the masterclass, and how much you get paid for that?
I'm losing money currently.
Oh,
I work with somebody who actively bets on like a game a day, so it's funny to see somebody like in the middle of the day be like, "Fuck." Okay, I gotta close.
Yeah. He just scoots up really seriously in his chair. He's like,
right
"Hey,
next to
how
me.
you doing?
Yeah.
I just have a quick question for you.
He'll go and grab we have like a bunch of alcohol in the office, and I can tell I'm like,
How early can you crack into this alcohol? And are people watching?
4. Yeah, it's
4.
It's just dudes in an office.
Dudes in enough. So who's the boss? How old's he? What's he like?
Probably 40s.
Okay.
Chill
Is he
dude.
broy? Is he skateboard in?
No, everybody's kind of like just a nice guy.
Okay.
Everybody's just like a nice, different versions of like college dudes, but just nice.
Nice.
There's no annoying guy. People bring gummies.
You're not under the threat of being fired all the time.
That's nice.
That's good.
I am under the threat of we all sit in an open floor plan, but there's only like 10 of us in the office, so we sit near each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it is shitty being on the phones, like just bombing.
Oh,
it's just like, little, like I did close this lady today, but she was in Arizona, so I tried to get the rapport going with I was like, oh, I love it. I'm from Arizona. She's like, I'm over in Scottsdale. And I was like, I grew up, it's like, when people say Scottsdale, I'm like, I'm 60th and Greenway. I'm usually right near that. And she was like, I'm this, a couple minutes away. And I was like, Redfield Road. That sure is a smooth road. No idea what she was going to say back to that. And she goes, yeah. And I was like, love driving that road. Anyway, I'd love to set up a 30-minute call with one of our execs.
Yeah, we could do this for about 15 times as long.
She, I was definitely a bombing the close, but she let me just, let me have it. Kind of felt like my first time.
Yeah, she still let you put it in.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you've gotten this far, and I do need a printer.
Yeah.
So.
And then I got off the phone, and
guess
I
I'll
was
let
like,
him.
turned to my buddy who was betting. I was like, I just tried to relate with the lady on a road. And he was like, yeah, we all heard that. What the hell was that? And I was like, God damn it. She's like, the roads.
Yeah.
I was like, you trying
that helps you. You've been sharpened.
Yeah, don't mention the roads again.
Don't mention the roads.
That's I get
don't
close.
go down. Don't go down the road. You don't want to go down the road. That's a dead end.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, there was this one guy when I was on the sales floor. He's like, "Hey, I'm just wanted to reach out and touch you." And then he had to like finish the voicemail, and I don't think he knew how to. At the end, he tried to replace it, and he couldn't figure it out.
I've left so many voicemails like that where generally it's 3 or 4, right? That's like,
hey, I just want to caress your little bottom.
Is that better? Is it pound or? It's just many attempts at trying to correct it because there's no way to replace it.
Yeah.
I was hoping to suck your cock about this deal.
Fuck.
Shit. Can't get it out. Zach, you know what I mean. I want to fuck your mouth.
Yeah.
So give me a call back after
Just got a
2.
few quick questions.
I've done that so many. I can't tell you how many times I'll be leaving a voicemail and be like, God, fuck. And then I'll say that into the headset, and then you hit 3 because that's the company wide re-record, and it just hangs up, and I'm like, well, Will.
That's a closed loss.
That's may as
That's
well
a
opt
closed
that one
loss.
out myself. What else is going on? It's finally beautiful in the city.
It's lovely.
The women in this city,
Here
as
we
soon
go.
as the sun is out, they
There it
act
is.
like it's a Black Friday sale. And the doors finally opened into Best Buy, and they'll just go, whoa! They'll just show their tits and trample all over each other.
You know what? Strikingly, I mean, I'm still looking, but I haven't been so, maybe it's because I wasn't here for the true first week of spring because I was in Cleveland, and not too much to dazzle over there. I mean, there's some hot people, but it's not like New York when just models walking around with just their parts hanging beneath their thin clothes.
Yeah, thin veil.
Thin veil. Yeah, I want to pierce it. Yeah, and the ads are, I mean, this is, I guess, pretty European too, but really clad bikini ads in Manhattan.
my
And I'm
God.
walking down the street with the kids, and I'm like, hey, don't,
Yeah.
try to keep your eyes away from her labia. You'll turn to stone. Did I tell you I was bombing with these kids recently?
Oh, what happened?
I was in the sauna taking a
With the
steam with
kids?
my boys. Yeah.
Weird.
Well, we go to the pool.
And then you guys are like, let's hit the sauna.
Let's hit the sauna. Get a good sweat on.
Post pool sauna.
Post-pool sauna, and then jump back in the pool, get a little refreshed.
Oh, wow, you're doing the Nordic way.
Sometimes. But yeah, we go to the pool, and I'm, they want me to drag them around, throw them. Like, I'm exhausted. I'm excited to just go sit in the sauna with my boys. And recently they had some friends over, and, they're always asking me to tell them jokes, and they never work just because, like, they rely on certain contexts and understandings of the world that, like, kids just don't have. 8-year-olds aren't going to get most of my jokes, I've learned. Like, I did a few. I even did the really quick one, the one-liner about, like, I hate pranks. I hate when you go to kiss someone on the cheek and you turn and at the last minute and you kiss their butthole. Nothing.
There's no way they got that.
No.
I could have told you that.
Well-
you should call me before you make a lot of decisions.
Yeah, I know.
I'll joke you up. I
know.
told you the one that got me, the two that made the kid's head explode.
What?
Walking down the street one day, a Hasidic guy comes up to me. He misspoke in a sentence. I told you this one. Are you Jewish today? And I go, no, but maybe tomorrow. And then Eleanor goes, what'd you just say? I was like, you see, I said a joke. And she goes, how? And I was like, he said today. I said maybe tomorrow. And she was like, she just like, it got her. It was like making a girl squirt.
Okay.
They can't control it. It
Yeah.
just happens.
And she, in this story, she
so-
was 18.
Mm-hmm. And then the
fart
second
one?
one, fart will
The
always.
fart one.
You did the fart with them though, right?
I've done the fart with them.
And
you
how'd
guys
they
hear
like
that? Yeah, they loved it.
That's the closest I've gotten to a black guy really laughing. When you make the black audience laugh and they repeat it back to you.
Yeah.
That's what Nathaniel did. He goes, I like how you said.
Mm-hmm.
Did you
Yeah, I
hear?
love it. I'll make a joke. My kids are like, you stupid. He's stupid.
Yeah, he dumb.
And so I said that butthole thing, and nothing in the sauna. I hear the hiss of the rocks, and I turn to them like, pretty good comedian, huh?
I love,
and,
yeah, those are
and the
great.
kid was like, yeah. And they keep getting on me about this fucking. So one time I took edibles to the kid's house, not to give to them, but in my bag. And so I had one. And they got a really nosy dog, so the dog got into the bag and just took out this.
Oh my
took out
God.
the barrel that it was in, which somebody
barrel?
gave it to me. It's a
was it,
candy.
gun?
It's a candy. It's like a toy candy barrel that's called Toxic Waste.
Oh.
That's not the weed edible brand. That's a different type of candy that someone had that whatever.
Yeah.
Somehow I came by this barrel. I've never had Toxic Waste. But it says like extra sour candy. And the
Jeez.
kids love challenge foods.
Yeah.
They're super into
All kids
Takis,
do.
one chip. I mean, they
They've
treat
had the
salami.
one chip?
They've had a one chip.
I
You
think they
lick the
stopped
one
making
chip.
the one chip.
I
'Cause
had
it killed
one,
the kid.
I had one in July recently.
Killed somebody.
Yeah. So this Toxic Waste is there, and they're like, can I have some? And I was like, no, it's mine. Sometimes you just have to be a kid back to them, and
Yeah.
they will understand
Yeah.
that you're just being so stubborn. And you're like, well, I guess I'm just not going to get it from him. So now every time I go over, they're like, do you have the Toxic Waste? When are you going to get more Toxic Waste? So I have to fucking buy this
No, you
online
don't.
now. Yeah, I do, because
You
they won't
show
shut up.
You show
They
up
won't
with
shut
the
up.
worst candy.
Huh?
This is where you go to Bon Bon, get some gross licorice,
Mm-hmm.
and be like, dude, I went to get Toxic Waste. They were out, but this is from the same company that makes Toxic Waste. It's their number one seller. It's not even out yet, but it's other countries. It's number one.
Yeah.
And then you give them, because Bon Bon, you just get it in a bag.
Yeah.
So you could be like, they just gave me a couple of pieces. I got it right here in my backpack.
Yeah.
And then you just give them the grossest candy ever, and you film it. And they're just like, you gotta come on. They're little boys. You gotta
I
make
know.
them.
Well, they want the grossness. They would appreciate some
But-
horrific thing.
You think so? You think it would
No. They would like how bad it was. They'd be like, "Oh, no reaction. Watch this."
But if you tell him it's
he's
good,
constantly about to put something in his mouth. He goes, "Watch this." No reaction.
that's so funny. Yeah. Like the shot videos.
Their lives are just little YouTube scrimmages.
Yeah.
Little YouTube short scrimmages.
Yeah.
Like unfilmed drafts. Their lives are just all drafts. So like video gamers be like, and then they'll do something.
They'll say that?
Yes. It's crazy. And Molly brought it's like those videos are like imitating life in a weird structured way. But now life is imitating those videos, which are so it's just this whole fucking snake eating its own asshole situation. Damn. These kids are just becoming like the videos that they watch. It's nuts.
Well, hopefully, it's just kids.
They are just kids.
I don't think as adults they would talk like that. Any normal adult would be like, "What?"
Yeah. Well, we'll find out if they're truly fucked up. If they don't stop,
that would be nuts if they don't change. Well, I mean, their dad's a little got pulp in the juice, right?
He's got a heavy amount of pulp.
Yeah. So maybe they'll stay like that.
Yeah.
But even more,
one of the kids today actually had a like impromptu call with the this counselor or something that they see because he got in trouble because he's not getting enough body breaks. That's what they call them. I'm like, what are you giving these kids Nuru massages? That's why these schools cost so much. Like this kid will have to get up, just go look at the window, just like he's fidgety. You know, he needs to get some energy out. And most times they just like send him to the principal, and then he has to go sit in this person's office. And he was just really fed up with it today. And so he said that he like wanted to hurt himself so that he could go home. And so then, you know, the alarms go off. They got to call the counselor, impromptu thing. And so I'm there helping him set up the Zoom. And so I'm there and I'm helping because he doesn't want to talk to this lady. She literally called him out of the blue. Like the mom called me to tell me to get the Zoom up because the dad was supposed to get it up 10 minutes ago, but he wasn't checking, whatever. So he tells me this whole story. I'm on the phone. I'm basically in therapy with him. But I was relating to him because she was asking him all these questions. So like, okay, well, how did you picture hurting yourself? And he's like, well, I don't know. Maybe just like punch myself a lot. But I didn't really want to do it. I didn't actually want to get really hurt. So I'm like, yeah, this is just a kid who knows that if he's hurt, it's over.
He's just being a kid.
Right. And I texted the mom that. I was like, hey, if it helps, before baseball practice, sometimes I would think of like throwing myself down the stairs just so I wouldn't have to go. I'm like, if I hurt, I don't have to go.
I think
so
they
it's
know
not
that,
crazy.
Yeah. I think they just have to check.
They do have to check.
Because now there's a lot of like, every time something happens, they'll be like, what were you doing? Were you checking?
Now they're building a case now.
Yeah. Now they can be like,
so that if he does off himself, they're like, well, we are not liable. We did warn you at every step.
Not my son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got a life of
problems.
Yeah, you kind of are thrown into like other people's problems.
Issues.
You're getting thrown around in other people's problems.
Issues? Yeah, but I'm a pretty chill guy. I can handle them pretty well.
Yeah.
You don't think I'm a chill guy?
No, I say you're. Yeah.
You said yeah, no, yeah.
I was gonna say started. I was like Palestine right off the bat, pretty chill. I was like, something's on your mind though. If you're front loading it with the Palestine,
I've been thinking about it all day. Yeah, I've been thinking about it.
It's gonna be tough to avoid. And yeah, those kids sound. I remember I called you the other day, and those kids were screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a good threshold.
But it does wear me down.
It has to.
I get exhausted.
It wears me down hearing about it.
I get exhausted.
I would have quit and left if I was. Yeah, you got a strong threshold.
I know. I'm. Yeah. It's tough because I think Eric experienced this. He was like getting too in with the family. I'm not that in with the family,
Eric
but it's like I will feel bad. Whenever I do leave, I will feel bad.
Yeah, I remember Eric would tell me things like, I just want them to be okay. I'm trying to teach them things. And I was like, I don't care about any of that.
Well, these kids, whatever. You know, I'm a good force in their life, but they're figuring out who they're going to be without me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm there for a little bit. I'll say the right things when I have to, but I'm clocking out.
I'm clocked out as soon as I got to the point, I think, where like I would, I became like my mom. When I went to babysit kids, I was like, I wonder which parent I'm going to be. My like, try to be your best friend, my dad, or my mom, who's like, I'm not your friend. And I was a good mix of the middle.
Yeah, me too. I think.
Just being like like, shut up.
I won't be on my phone the whole time, but like sometimes on the bus or something, I'll be reading something and. I don't know. Well, because he's a bad conversationalist. One of these kids. He's constantly asking me about like what's the scariest movie you've ever. This was a real conversation we had on the way home from school, and it's so boring to me. which is maybe bad to say about a kid, but it's like, come on, buddy, I like your brother.
Yeah.
You know, he's got stuff I'm interested in. He's asking me questions. He's asking me, would you rathers, you know, something creative. This kid asked me, what's the scariest movie you've ever seen? I go, Hereditary. He goes, what happens in it? Now I'm just reciting the plot of a scary movie. Or he'll be like, that's like this movie. Do you remember? Have you seen it? And I'll be like, yeah, I've seen World War Z or whatever. And then he'll be like, do you think that fire, that would have really happened? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, but you've seen the movie. I'm like, yeah, dude, I saw this like really long, like
in theaters.
He just wants to like rehash points. He's very like facts, like trivia.
Sounds like his dad.
But yeah, dude, he is. He just gets fixated on certain things that
I think you just
don't
gotta
mean
mess with him
anything
in
to
that
anyone.
scenario.
Yeah,
I think you just gotta be like Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah,
and then like why? And you're like, you remember that dance? Like, just I don't know. Just
that's the scariest movie to me is Napoleon Dynamite.
I think you just gotta
remember that.
So just totally.
He dances for like 4 minutes. It's terrifying.
Yeah,
because you know that for every minute that he's dancing, they shoot a hostage. And they say that in the beginning of the movie. So when he starts dancing, you're like, here it comes. Didn't you have something for me about that flower? Could we get this beautiful dying orchid?
Oh,
here?
yeah. I went to get an orchid for Heather one day. She loves orchids. Orchids are a great plant to bring home to a lady.
Orchids are pretty, yeah.
Women
they're great.
love orchids.
Women love because they're vulvic.
I'm Charles Tate.
They're what is that? It's not phallic. It's sapphic.
Really?
Vagina-y.
Yeah. I like that word way better.
Vagina-y.
Vagina-y.
Yep.
Vaginin. So I get off the train. I just go to the place or whatever, and then I see this orchid. It's a small place, and then I go to the cash register. There's a cashier, one guy, Indian guy, and there's a guy. The Indian guy's probably my age, or 25 maybe, and then there's like a 50-year-old dude.
So significantly younger.
Yeah. Pulled back hair, ponytail, full tracksuit, super Italian guy, like sunglasses on inside, and he goes, the orchid. And I was like, yeah, I'm getting the orchid. He goes, that plant's hot. It's a hot plant.
Trending.
It's a sexy plant.
Trending in the store.
Yeah, and I was like, okay. Yeah, I was like, yeah, there's no price tag. Can you tell me the price? He goes, Mario knows the prices. Points to the cashier.
So he's just the hype guy?
I'm like, who are you?
Yeah.
Are you the owner? And he's like, yeah, get a couple of these. And I was like, yeah, these are like fake plants, right? He's like, there's like these two little shitty plants. They're like fake this big. And I was like, oh, yeah, maybe I will. How much are they? He's like, I give you 2 of them for 40. They're fucking sexy. And I was like, you're really turning me off.
He's like, used flower salesman.
Yeah, it's really.
You're going to want this flower.
It's the wrong way to sell a flower.
Pick up a lot of puss.
You're telling me it's, you're going to get a lot. Well, he's telling me like, I want to fuck the plant. Mm-hmm. I'm like, do you fuck the plant?
Who? Yeah.
This guy feeds Seymour.
Right. With himself.
Yeah.
It's also, you know how if you like speak nicely to plants, they're supposed to grow. Maybe they just keep him around because he's like better than fertilizer.
Yeah.
This plant's fucking rip.
Yeah,
they're so sexy. Look at this curve.
Yeah, he's in a plant. You're so fucking hot.
You're so hot.
He's just in a big birds of paradise flower.
God, if I had a stamen, what I would do to you?
Yeah, you walking on him eating a flower out.
I'd pollinate that shit right up.
Bees have the right idea with you. Yeah, it was gross. It was kind of like when somebody talks to you about a fetish publicly and they think it's cool with you.
Yeah.
I had a buddy once who was telling me about his girlfriend. He goes, yeah, we're getting hot and heavy. And I think I've told you this. The older I get, the less I'm interested in somebody's sex life.
I agree.
I don't like the graphic.
100% agree.
Someone will be like, yeah, she was sucking my dick. And I'm like, language. Don't say that. We are in my house.
Yeah.
And my buddy the other day, he told me this openly. He's like, yeah, we're getting into her. It's foreplay. And he's like, I lock the door in the bathroom and I watch her pee. And I was like, yeah, this is probably a bad time for speaker. But I wish I'm not on board with it. Just because we are good friends doesn't mean you talk to people. Confuse those lines.
Or tee it up.
Yeah.
Hey, can I tell you? But that's why they don't tee it up, because they know that if they asked, it would be an immediate no.
Yeah.
Hey, man, is it cool if I tell you something that I'm into sexually we did yesterday?
Yeah.
Rather you not.
No, not at all.
Rather you not.
Yeah, I had one guy who was like, I'll send you nudes of the lady. And I was like, no. And he's like, it's a sex shop. My dick's in it. And I'm like, no, because then, first of all, no. Second of all, double no. That wasn't gonna convince me. Oh, your dick's in it? Send them.
Yeah, I want to look at you different forever.
Yeah, I want to know what I'm trying to keep a secret.
I want to see my buddy covered in cream.
Hate cream.
Hate cream. Hate a buddy covered in cream, too.
Oh, yeah, that's almost worse.
2 strikes.
Can you come get me? I'm covered in cream.
Yeah, a guy was talking. I think I told you this too. Molly had some friends over, and this one guy was just telling some stories. Like, so I was choking this girl, and I'm like,
oh my god,
come on, guys.
You tell me you're because they're
it's 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were all talking. Were they all?
Well,
trading
if you're
stories?
if you're, you can talk about sex if you're like all gearing up to have it.
I think if like you're having a conversation, especially if it's just like like you're trading stories and then
They
just
were
random.
kind of trading stories, but it was like I don't like this.
It is. It just feels weird.
Feels weird.
You think as you
and
go,
I didn't know him very well at all.
Yeah.
So it would be one thing if we're all, the theme of the conversation is like talking about,
Yeah. But if they're just slipping
where
in
you
there,
accidentally jizzed. Got a girl in the nose once.
you did.
Up the nose, yeah.
That's hilarious.
It was pretty sweet. I laughed. I mean,
Well,
that's
that's
what
funny.
she said. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. I laughed for a good minute,
Yeah, that's great.
which is pretty fun to go from coming to just laughing for a minute straight.
It's awesome.
Felt pretty good.
I did that.
It's got to be close to heroin.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah, I bent over all the way.
Yeah, I didn't fall.
That's what happens. You can experience such a level of joy that your body can't handle it. That's what all those heroin addicts are doing. They're having a blast.
Yeah.
It's like an inverted roller coaster. They're like, whoa. That's why they do this.
Going over barrel rolls and loop-de-loop. It goes to the top and then it goes back.
Yeah. Sure, my family hates me, but this ride never ends. Yeah, it is strange.
Except for in 20 minutes when it will end.
Yeah, and I have to steal
You
my
gotta go back
mother's
to the
purse.
clinic.
Yeah, the clinics. Worst clinic. The what's that called? The alternative?
Methadone?
Yeah.
Methadone.
The
clinic.
skim. I call it the skim.
Methadone mile
Yeah.
in Boston. What were you saying? You said something?
I forgot what I was gonna.
Yeah, we just don't like hearing about it.
Don't like hearing about it. What else were we
Your
talking
friend, you were telling a story. You said some friend.
about? That was the pee thing.
The flower thing.
Oh, the flat. Well, that's what I'm
Flower,
saying. Is
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I
flower.
was uncomfortable.
Right.
But I bought the flower. But it was just funny because
How much? Let me.
50.
45. Okay, I was gonna say 45. That's a nice workout. That's what you got. 1 through 2.
so-
7.
yeah.
You got 7
It's
petals.
dying now, but it's
It
beautiful.
is dying, and the leaves are nice and broad.
Oh yeah, it was a great orchid. It lasted for a while.
That's good stuff.
It's been a good time.
You know what was actually nice because
It's
Molly likes
lasted
to
a-
have flowers around, and I was gone for a week in Cleveland and Pennsylvania and stuff, and I was gonna get flowers to have on the thing, but whatever things came up didn't happen. But Wegmans, and we use Instacart. You can just buy flowers from Wegmans. They come. It's beautiful. It was like $13, like same amount as the bodega would be. It was great.
Yeah, I
And
think
she had these nice flowers. I wasn't even there. I just beep boop boop.
it's awesome.
Love you. No, you love me. Yeah, and I bought her like chocolate and flowers with Instacart, and
It's the
some
best.
other guy swept her off her feet
Wow.
with my flowers and chocolates.
Left him right at the doorstep, or did he come in?
No, I
Leave him in the bed, please. You too.
take a picture of
the
yourself
vest
leaving
on.
my apartment.
Yeah.
How about that?
It's
in
him.
addition to you dropping the flowers.
Him in bed with her, like.
She loved them.
Yeah.
Said they're really pretty. Gonna think of you every day. What else is going on? I did some shows.
Sorry, I gotta pee.
I gotta pee too. Whew. All right, we're in the home stretch now.
We're in the home stretch.
I like Chucky shades. I think this is a
Thanks.
good look.
Oh,
I've wanted to get some shades for the pod. I think it adds an air of like
coolness,
authority.
Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah,
Every
and
time
it's
you
like,
see it, you're
I think it's something powerful about the audience not knowing where exactly your eyes are looking.
yeah, a lot of
and
people
what they're
do wear
doing.
shades on pods. I'm just
I
doing
like
it for
it.
the light.
Yeah, the light that makes sense.
I have
but
some shades if you want to try them on. Give them to you really quick.
I lost some shades. I was like my first or second day in Cleveland. I lost my sunglasses. Ooh, that looked like it hurt.
Blue light.
Ooh, look at this. Wow, I look like I'm gonna teach you how to count cards. I look like that guy in the Ocean's 11, the gay guy. I don't know if he's gay, but he comes out in a robe. I think he's like the mastermind. I don't know. Are they all masterminds?
I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
How bright it is though when you take them off. Oh my god.
It would also be even worse timing to do the show tomorrow with all that angle because at UCLA there was a counter protesters, aka pro-Israel people, violently attacked pro-Palestinian people. So it's like, all right, that's not. I actually think the Jews were doing a pretty good job at not looking like, aside from the IDF, not looking like unhinged, violent maniacs, but. I feel like that time has come to an end.
I honestly think that's depending on what
Depending on
you
what
see.
news you
Yeah,
see.
there's that one guy. He's a Palestinian guy. He's got like the cool hair, like the cornrows and stuff. But he does
Sure.
just like Omegle chats. You ever see that?
Okay.
and he pretends to not. You've seen that guy?
No, but
and he'll be like, he'll pretend to not be. He's from Palestine. And he finds all these IDF soldiers on like Omegle.
Okay.
And then he pretends to be like a California dude where he's like, "What's up, Shred the Gnar? Welcome to the chat. Where are you from?" And they're like, "We are in Israel." And he's like, "Oh my God, Israel, how's it going over there? I heard good for you." And he's like, "We will obliterate everybody, and I just killed 9 babies."
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Oh, sick, were those babies my family?" And then there's like, and
rips off the wig, the surfboard
Yeah,
falls, the
yeah.
studio falls away, and he's just in rubble. And
so there's like all of them, like all these, the idea. I guess it is, the IDF being like, "I want to eat them," and you're like, "Don't."
I saw
say
this as
that.
a fun kind of, I know it's not great for the PR. I saw a fun kind of, like the unhoused, how people focus on the stupid shit.
Yeah.
Homeless versus unhoused. I saw it abbreviated IOF. I'm like, ooh, the occupying force. They're not defending anything.
Wait, what's the I?
The Israeli Defense Force is the IDF.
Oh,
So the IOF
OF.
is the
occupying
offense.
You know what?
I just thought that was funny. That was just a little subtle, like, just by the way.
Yeah, we're the occupying.
And as a matter of fact, the D is wholly inappropriate.
Jeez.
Yep.
It's tough because like college kids make waves, but they're also so.
I mean, I was thinking like, what are they doing? Like, what difference are they making? Like, couldn't you take the money that you invested in the tent to put on the quad and just send that? Even send the tent.
I don't want to. Yeah.
Why do you not want to get into it? I'm trying to just make it funny.
I think that's what they're like. No, I know what you're saying. It's like, send the tent. Send the tent's funny.
Send the tent.
Send the tent.
Send the tent. If you have supplies, don't
You
use
got a
them
home,
yourself
send the
to
tent.
stage a recreation.
Yeah, it's funny.
They got enough of that going on over there. Just
Send some myrrh. Yeah, I never went to. Did you have any of that at your college?
Well, sometimes you'd walk through campus and you wouldn't really know what was going on, and then you would just hear like, "My rape will not define me," and it was like, "I'm just trying to get dinner." I don't know who you are, but the one thing I do know about you is that you were raped. So
I'll tell you one thing about you.
The only thing I know about you
You were
is,
defined by your rape to me.
Yep. What's her name? Rachel? I don't know.
Rachel?
Yeah.
That would be a classic. This is Rachel. Oh, I said it.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Shit.
My name's Janine. Jeez, I'm sorry.
So there was a bit of that going on. There was a bit of that.
Yeah.
Which is, all fine and good. But it was funny because they had to move. I guess the movement's called Take Back the Night. Do you remember that? It was like a slogan.
Take Back the Night. It's a Dua Lipa song.
It's Justin Timberlake.
Oh, really?
Take back the night.
thinking
When there's nothing left.
I'm thinking of a more long down. Take Back the Night.
Oh, sure. That's, yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah. Is that Take Back the Night, though? It's something. She's doing something with the night. But I don't know if she's taking it back or giving it to someone. But Justin Timberlake has a song called Take Back the Night, and it is not related to the women's empowerment movement.
Okay.
Which I thought it was. I thought
Yeah.
he did like a little tribute. But
Yeah.
it turns out JT is not about that life.
And he has a small penis.
Yeah, and small penis, too. It's
Bad.
Yeah. There's actually a courtesy he did forcing Britney to get that abortion so that there wouldn't be another micro Justin running around out there.
MJ.
Yeah.
By the way, really quickly, unrelated. I during one of my calls today to a prospect at work, I got put on hold and I found a Disney hidden penis in the hold music. They play this hold music. There's like one of like 5 hold musics.
Ba, ba, ba.
Oh, is that that's the X-Files one? I love that one.
Yeah.
Am I about to solve a mystery?
Yeah,
or talk to the director of marketing.
Yeah, that's the best.
I love that one. There was one today that was like, oh, it's this one, the guitar.
Never call me again. Mystery solved.
Yeah. This one, the ba 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 ba.
Yeah.
Do 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 ba, ba.
Yeah, it's like you're.
So it was
It's like
one
you're
like
just biking
that.
up a sunny hill.
Yeah. It's a good day after I started
it's a good
taking
day.
Alprazolam.
Yeah.
So it was something similar to
Your
that.
companies actually, sales companies are the ones that actually pay for that hold music, so their employees don't kill themselves. They're
Yeah.
like, come on, give them a little juice.
They put that and a net.
Yeah.
But in between the hold music,
It's
for
a
the
really
first,
strong lady named Annette. I got him.
it's your karate joke.
Yeah.
But so this is like the 10th time I've heard this song, but and in between each little fade of the guitar, I heard a guy go, and it was only because I've heard it like the 10th time. The guy who made it snuck in a little, and I was like, oh, I found a Disney hidden penis.
What?
He thinks this is hilarious.
Is there any singing in the song at all aside from that?
It's like a ba, ba, and then in between, very subtly, I heard a guy go,
oh.
and I'm like, oh, I found it.
Are you sure? I mean,
swear to
you're in an
God,
open
dude.
office. You sure it wasn't the guy next to you?
Losing a bet?
Yeah.
No, so funny.
Wow. Yeah.
And you can't tell anybody because like the song's already over by the time
I mean, I'll look it up. I think I can find that whole song. I know which one you're talking about. So
I
how
don't think
long
it's
were you
that
on?
one. I think it's a derivative of that.
You think this is
It's
a bootleg?
It's
Oh,
not
this is
that
not
one,
that.
but
Oh,
it's like
okay.
as similar as like it's a guitar strum.
So that company just had a guy in accounting who was also kind of
Yeah,
into
yeah.
music.
He's like, I could do
and-
it for
Yeah,
free.
it's absolutely.
Yeah.
I could literally make that tomorrow.
I can't
You're gonna pay
stand
for
right
that?
now. Got something going on, but I'll get up in a moment and go record it right now. Yeah. So that was super funny.
Yeah, that's
I wanted to call it was just a moment where you're like, nice.
Yeah.
That's what I would have done, sir.
Yeah, but that's when you go to the movies alone and you're like,
yeah, they're gone.
I got no one to share this with.
I fell on that. This is embarrassing. I'll let you go after this. I got on a packed train today. You ever had this? You get onto a packed train and then more people start jumping on. So now all of a sudden, instead of you waiting by the doors, you're now in the middle of a packed train. Too far, you're an island.
Mm-hmm.
You're the one guy that doesn't have a pole to grab.
Yeah.
So you got to brace for.
So you got to touch the sky.
Yeah, I didn't touch
Sometimes
the sky.
you can't, though. You can't
Yes,
touch
I couldn't touch the sky this one.
Yeah.
So you have to
It's probably
pivot
a
like
5'10"
this
king.
and like surf the train.
Right. Uh-huh.
But I have my
Which is tough because you have no room.
You have no room. You're cramped, and I got my backpack between my legs. So
Yeah.
at one point, and I went whoa, 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 and I fell back a few steps, and I caught myself eventually. But the whole train turned. It was like I was a fish that betrayed the school. They all looked at me, and I was just like,
They went right, you went left.
"Yeah."
What are you doing?
I
So you
felt
went,
like I
whoa,
was-
whoa.
felt like I
You
was
made that fall noise?
No, I was like, I had the look on my eyes. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
like somebody do something.
Save me.
Nobody. It felt like I
Yeah.
fell into a stampede.
Am I truly alone?
Yeah, in a sea of people.
But not
E2 subway.
people everywhere, but not a friend to hold.
Yeah. And people were like, and I was like, bitch. And
Guys,
yeah.
Bitch.
Bitch.
This guy's
You don't understand.
First time on the train?
Yeah, it was like that.
It's weird that it was so crowded because sometimes it's so crowded that if that happens, just the sheer bodies will bounce you back. You know?
No, people made sure to
It's
get
a
out of the way as I was
self-standing,
falling.
right.
They made sure to give me space to meet my demise.
Yeah. When the opening front man goes for the crowd surf, but they
Yeah.
don't like the band.
Yeah.
So they they clear a path.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I didn't know everybody here
Damn,
hated
that's
me.
embarrassing. How many more stops you have?
Oh, it's in the third stop of 10.
Yeah.
But usually, there's a couple of stops where everybody gets off, the main stops, and you're like, okay, new memory. It's like a Men in Black pen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All new people.
Except I'm here first.
Mm-hmm. It's like you're an immortal, and you're outliving humanity. You
Yeah.
just see waves of generations. You're like, all right, I'm gonna do better this time.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? I've been on the subway so much. I actually, the other night, I ended up taking one of those Mexican candy women home. Did you know this? That the whole time they have to keep the baby on their back?
Yeah. They're actually the same person.
Yeah.
If you take it
They're
off, they're
attached.
connected. Yeah.
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 And the whole time, you can't do doggy because the whole time they're like, Skittles. Like, look, I'm trying to work here.
Chicleta,
Yeah.
chocolate. No. Price is pretty reasonable though. I just don't.
I don't have.
I don't like the sales approach. I'm sorry. I know you got to do what you got to do and you're hustling, but leave me alone. I'm on the train.
Yeah, I'm on the train. Leave me alone. It feels like, it feels like a hotel room. You're like, do not disturb's on. I'm on the train, but it's like the most public.
Let me come to you. If they had like the mango ladies do it a little better.
People like them. People buy I've seen people buy mangoes.
Yeah.
The mangoes
But
in
if
a
you,
bag.
if you look at the numbers, I would guess that the candy women are doing better.
I hope so. They're putting in a lot of work.
Yeah, they're doing. They're
It's like a marine with a weighted backpack
Yeah, you got to
that
carry
shits itself.
the kayak.
Yeah.
A self-shitting kayak.
Yeah.
40 miles every day.
Yeah.
She's walking like 10 miles on the train.
It's brutal. And then you really can't fall.
No. There's a jolt.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What day? I think it's the first day you have a baby. the family's like, well, get on the train.
You're on the train.
Here's your satchel.
Your quota just went up.
Yeah.
Right, because
You
you
got
got
another
you're gonna
mouth
get
to
some
feed.
sympathy votes now as well.
Yeah.
You know, you have a higher earning potential.
Yeah.
Now that people feel really bad for you.
I think you should do the show. I'd love a reason to quit the pod. Like, he got fully canceled.
No, like, is not coming back.
All right.
Hamas let all the hostages go in exchange for him.
It's like the reverse Brittany Griner.
Yeah.
1
to save a million. Or I don't know how. That's probably fewer than a million. I don't know. Where am I getting my news, folks? I don't know.
From the let's see if we can think of one really quick. Now that we've been podding. Oh, God,
It's really hard. I don't
the
know.
LA L'Chaims.
That's what I said. The New York L'Chaims.
Ah, dang it.
This is the closest one we had to anything.
No, I said the Hebrew News.
The Heb News.
Heb News. All right, everybody. That was Overshadowed Podcast. Please be sure to follow us on all social medias. Please first subscribe to the podcast on Instagram. What's the handle?
At Overshadowed
_ podcast.
_ podcast. Yes. Sorry.
Follow us watch our video episodes on YouTube, Overshadowed Podcast on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify. Listen, download, subscribe. Please leave a review. Hit 5 stars. Send it to a friend who loves comedy and history and men who show their feet. Make sure you follow our personal accounts. You can find me on all social media platforms. Charles _Ingle. It's ENGLE.
Zach Russell Comedy, everybody. Thanks for checking out the pod. We appreciate you. Yeah, I got a message on Reddit from a guy who likes the pod, and I was like, what are your favorite apps? And he's like, I like the Zach and Charles ones. I like
really?
about your guys' lives. And I was like, shocking. But thank you.
Well, that's we'll be able to, I think, do more.
And I think that might have been Charles. But, you know, it felt nice all the same.
Was it Charles Bingle?
Yeah.
It's my Finsta.
Yeah.
We'll be able to do that. We got a new studio. We're going to be able to get some chunks of, you know, being eaten with Jordan style. We just need to get a taser, and we'll be famous.
Eaten with Jordan. Hi, everybody. Woo! I'm tired. I got to take an 1.5-hour train ride home, so
Sleep on the couch.
that's going to be fun.
Get your own
No,
AC.
I got to go raise funds for Israel. I got to knock on doors. Tell them to get out. All right, folks. Have a good night.